lining yourself up quicker to the card. And when you see it, it's 1, 2, right? And then these little shots come in. So like over here, that's right.
Oh man,
you barely make the free ball.
Yeah, so there's a couple ways you do it. Never shut the box.
go up.
No, wait, stop. These are the cue balls. I'm going to just do 2. Ready? I'm going to do MS2. Now, my bridge is this, so I practice sometimes, right to my bridge, right to it like this. Just stop, ready? And then with my, what I'm going to do is, no, stop. You go, ready? 1, back. See, I'm still, ready? Stop. Back. That's not hard. You're just going to watch it. Just make it all the same. Make sure you put the top almost 7. See how you see how it's there? You're about this far past. So now what you want to focus on is a lot. Ready? When you know the thing now, look, now when I want to do like here it says here, here. Look. Here, here. Do the same thing here, here. There, okay?
Yeah, that's not mine.
I'm gonna watch you foul.
Thanks.
See how you want everybody to do ball foul? Yeah, you want your stick. That means your arm. Down, top spin. Now you kind of know it's a lazy push. See how soft that was? You want to see that. Yeah. Vibrate. Yeah. There you go. you're back here, but you just gotta know from here to here, whatever this is. I got it. This is how you can track this and you. Yeah. I don't know the cat, but I want so much cat food. It doesn't look like I'm not trying to follow her. You're locking in that gear. There it is. Nice. Look at that. Very nice. Don't matter about the net.
Boy, this thing plays fucking nice.
Wow.
Dude, I love it. I love it. Man. It's just, plays nice. Plays nice. Hard. I'm the same way, and it's like, you know, luckily the other night, or last night, I was straight there, and I tried holding some shots, and I couldn't do it. I was like, I saw it. It's good. Go around. I just didn't have that fucking soft shot. And I wish I did, but how you doing?
Hey, good. How are you?
Good, thanks.
Never have I been so proud of on the wall in the bathroom.
I know. Oh, you're in the bedroom too.
Don't walk out there.
Yeah, that's right.
Let's go, Rob.
How we doing, buddy?
Betting on you, buddy.
Uh-huh.
Money on you.
I don't know about that yet, yeah.
Dude, come on, stop. You're the favorite.
God, I
You're the
can't
favorite.
Dude, no way, dude. Andy's better than me, and I learned. I used to play on a team with Andy, and I learned from him.
Well, you're
One of the guys to show me.
better than
But I'm a little nervous.
Right, just do
Get
draw.
in here, you fucking slut.
But try consistently, try get goal. Make everyone go, make it. I don't think I can. Let me try you one thing. The softer tempo thing. Start over. Good.
Fucking love this table. All right. I'm not gonna do any more of that.
I'm just drunk enough, I don't care.
There he is.
Francis. How are you Monday? He's got tailing hose.
It's cool, he's moving, but that's...
Yeah. Okay, finish it up. You're hitting him. He's got it. He just needed to push that stick through the ball. Hey.
Out of video somewhere. Oh, you were playing with Ryan. You were playing Ryan. Tell about it.
Yeah.
You got up there, you were like, you were just like,
Whereabouts on the lake there?
Normal. Finish these up.
finish doing your normal work.
Go up there a lot. Awesome summer.
I love that sound. That was beautiful. Did you hear that sound? Did you hear that sound? That's that speed.
Very nice. You got a boat on that, I guess. Or you will. Yeah.
Mr. Morley.
What's up, brother?
How you been, baby?
Dude.
I know.
How you doing, man?
I miss all you guys.
Yeah, I miss you. I watch you on here. I watch your matches pretty much more than anybody else. Just cause, you know, I'm rooting for you.
The last match I had against Jeff, I was up 2-1 in one pocket, and I played the shot, the cue ball overrode way too far, I lost. And then I played a safety shot down here, and everything opened up for me, ran out.
Pretty good lately.
He gets lucky too.
He does.
Yeah.
But it's almost like he means it. You know, it's like he knows he's playing that luck factor.
And I played Mike Falcone.
Oh, he crushed it.
Crushed it.
Yeah, I watched it. He crushed it.
Yeah, he's a good shooter.
But he's not a big table. He's a bar box.
No, even bar box, he does the same thing. He gets out of position a lot, and then he tries to do something and throws it off.
Yeah.
And then I played Alex, and he wanted to play me in straight pool.
Parker or something like that too one time.
No, I didn't play Parker.
No?
I played Alex. He wanted to play me in
Julio?
No, Alex something. I can't think of it's not on there anymore. He wanted to play me in straight pool. I beat him 100 to 38.
Oh, I watched that game. Who was that? I can't remember who it is. Younger kid.
Yeah, he plays in my Monday league.
Yeah. What's his last name, that kid?
I can't think what it is. But that was like the wrong game for him, but he wanted to play.
I mean, I've been playing a lot of straight pool, so I was like, fucking like, I hope he doesn't pick one pocket. Because I've never played a one pocket game in my fucking life, you know? Shit bores the fuck out of me.
The first time I played Jeff,
But straight pool, you know.
he beat me 3.
They banned one pocket and straight pool.
Yeah, I saw that.
Did they really?
Yeah, that's
Does it
because
take
when.
too long?
Yeah, so like when I saw
boring
when Mike
watching
hit me
it,
up
yeah.
last week saying Friday, 7 o'clock, 10 ball, I was like, oh man, he picked 10 ball. That's weird. I figured he'd pick straight pool, you know, or 9 ball or 8 ball or whatever. But that kind of like, I was like, God, don't pick one pocket. That's all I was worried about.
So I played Jeff the first time. He beat me 3-zip in one pocket, right? I was on defense all three rounds. And out of 3 games, I think I pocketed 6 balls altogether out of 3 games.
Man,
That's how bad it was.
he gets on a roll and he's hard to beat, man. For anyone. 10 should be in there. I put all the other 5 down. I just hit a rack myself, so.
I haven't played on this new fella.
Yeah, man, it's fucking different. I like it though. It's nice. I'm already sweating like a fucking dog here. So you've been good?
Still run the league. I'm on ace.
Nice.
Been doing that for
He's free man though, yeah?
still
Yeah, I stopped playing Bruce's single league.
8 years. I think I've been running that.
they changed the, like, okay, so like 3 seasons ago, they changed the rule mid-season. And I was like,
What?
the rule was, so it used to be like, you know, there's a lot of A players in there, right?
Well, the 1 year he changed everybody's averages, or their you know, open A, B, C.
Right.
In the first round, they changed it. Oh, really? You get 2 points for what?
Well, compete somebody, you know, like say if you win all 3 games, you get 5. I win 2, I get 3. If I win 1, I get 1, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, we're getting 2.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, right on.
He's got the girl.
Yeah, you're right.
That was just see the rolls a little faster.
It feels like a different fall altogether.
It's different. This is 816, those are 816 chunks.
It's what? It's like it's got just like a nice, different kind of weave to it.
Right. It's a little thinner, probably.
So this is probably the most.
Yeah.
Yes. That'll be all right. Fuck, I did not want to go one pocket. When Blake sent me the message last week, 10 ball, I was like, wow, Andy wants to play 10 ball. Sweet. Yeah. Man, you saw him on Tuesday and everything.
One pocket, an hour and a half.
No. I don't think anybody should play one pocket unless they know. Otherwise, it's all the game. Lots of guys miss. Around, it's not fun to watch. Oh, thanks, man. Here's the ball.
Are you guys doing any special wins?
What are we doing? Standard 10 ball?
Yeah, every time he misses a shot, I get ball handed. That's a 7-ball rule, isn't it? Is that like a 7-ball rule? I watched it one time on TV, 7-ball, and like the guy would miss the shot, the other guy get ball
How
handed.
old was that video, man? That was probably when Irving Green was playing this shit.
I've never seen rules like that. So you can't play safes because you get ball handed to play safe.
Now remember, trust to.
So, what is it? You got car shot. Ball pocket, you got the lowest denomination, right? You don't have to call it.
Here's the thing.
What about the 10 ball?
Here's to that spot here. Follow me.
Hey, so if I shoot this ball there, and I missed it, and it comes back here, and the cue ball goes there.
I can make you shoot it.
Yeah.
Right. I get you.
That only happened once in my match when I played Mike.
So, what about early 10? I understand it's not pocket and get spotted, right? Okay, so I'm good with whatever.
I just don't think it's the 10 on the break don't count.
Right.
You know, we can agree to either like rotate, alternate breaks.
Yeah, I'm cool with whatever, dude. I'm cool with alternate breaks, dude.
I mean,
We have a shot pool together, and I can't.
You just got
I want to win.
call your bank,
Got
call your
to
combo.
go. Here's 4 balls. I don't think we shot pool gets 4 balls. Yeah. We used to be on a team together years ago. We had a killer team. We were so kicked everyone's ass that they didn't want us in the league anymore. We used to get away with that. It was like me, him, and Lynn, and
It was you, me, Lid, Pete,
yeah, and that guy Tim was no
Tim,
that biker dude.
and then Kevin.
Yeah,
Tammy's husband.
Tammy's husband, Kevin. Oh, we used to crush everyone.
So we had between
Yeah, Barbie.
the 4 of us for the year, we had like 45 8-ball runs, and the rest of the league had like 20.
And it's just like, I literally, when I joined that team, I was like, oh, I better get better because I don't want to be the worst guy on the team.
And that was the year I beat Lynn in runs. Okay.
Big tables are the best story.
Yeah. I would join Tuesday nights here. Yeah, I play on Carlson.
Principle of getting this stick.
Yeah,
Oh, you didn't want to play against them anymore?
Well, you know, I was gonna really take a break this summer. I'm so busy with work. Then when Mike said, "Yo, Dan needs a third," and I hit Dan up, and he's like, "Yeah." And I was like, well,
nice.
now I'm gonna play because I'm gonna learn from it.
Nice.
Fucking doesn't suck, right? So, it's fun team. They're like Evan's back roll, and you know, it's fun getting out. I've just came around forever, but never put them out.
Yeah, I got Good luck.
Thanks, man. Yeah, smash everybody back then. I'm just gonna be nibbling on
I
this.
thought they had a Friday night tournament.
Apparently not tonight. So we're using a rag and we're using this?
Finish it off. I don't want to use that. Do you?
Nah.
I don't like using it.
Okay, that's cool.
Plus the 10 ball don't move
Right.
unless it gets hit.
Right.
And
No, I'm good using a regular rag. I'm old school with that too. So alternate breaks?
yeah.
Yeah. Make it interesting.
All right, good evening, everybody. This is Paul Jacob. We're coming at you live from Billiard Breakdown in Rochester, New York. And today we have a challenge match for the top 15 players in Rochester, New York list. Currently, we have Rob Morley, who's not on the list, challenging Andy Swanger, who's number 15 on the list. The game the two players will be playing today is a race to 9 in 10-ball pool.
And then you
Standard 10-ball pool rules apply.
And then
We'll get started
we
soon.
don't need a reset.
The players are just confirming the rules with each other. Thank you to everybody tuning in.
I'm home. I'm blue. You're red.
We're race tonight, huh?
You want to race tonight?
That's what it says on the
What happened to
video.
that?
Race tonight, it says.
Why did it go back?
For those of you tuning in, coming up in August, on August 3rd, 2025, we have the world champion of 9-ball pool, Fedor Gorst, coming to visit Billiard Breakdown for a whole day. So it is free admission, free general admission, with autographs available with the purchase. So make sure you swing by Billiard Breakdown on August 3rd. Looks like both players are getting ready for the lag.
I know, I haven't seen that
Shake
so long,
hands.
man. I see you shooting some of the stuff online.
Should get started very soon.
You know that one match you played against Charlotte,
Oh, I got hammered.
Kristen and stuff?
Hammered, dude.
Huh?
I was hammered.
I know you were. They said you were.
The drinks are pouring like a full summer class.
Well, hopefully they pour you some good ones tonight.
If you're buying.
You want me to rack your own?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, because it's $10.
Yeah, let's do that.
For those of you in the chat, we've started a poll. Who do you think will win this match? Is it going to be Andy Swanger or Rob Morley? So make sure you record your response in the poll that's in the live chat. And it looks like Andy Swanger has won the lag and will be doing the first break to start us off here today. In the chat, we have a couple of early entrants. We have Jody, California. Hey Jody, what's up? Good to see you. Jody's always here. And we have Bob Hendrix, Big Bob, saying, I got Morley for the win. So Bob Hendrix has his money on Rob Morley. We'll see if Damon Bethlow or anyone else shows up to give you some action on that. Our poll, which we just started a few seconds ago, has 2 votes, both in favor of Rob Morley, so 100% response rate for Rob Morley. Is Rob the favorite to win this game, even though Andy is number 15 on the list?
They probably don't care.
Players are using a little break cloth to avoid marring this brand new, freshly felted Simonis 860 shark gray cloth that was recently installed here at Billiard Breakdown. And pretty good break by Andy there. He pots the 3-ball and the 6-ball and has a cut available on the 1-ball to the top right corner pocket.
I am an amateur.
And Jody says, hey. Bob Hendrix says, Damon has showed up. Well, has he? I don't see Damon yet, but maybe you do. Andy plays a very good safety there. Not sure if he just attempted to go for the 1 and missed it, but either way, he's got a really good roll of the cue ball.
Right off the get-go.
He snookered Rob Morley behind the 2-ball. No easy kick at this. Doesn't look like Rob's going to be able to generate the angle going this way unless he tries to do a sort of a Z shot. Avoiding that 4-ball is very tricky to generate that kind of angle. Best option would be to go into the short rail like he's aiming to do here, but it's a very difficult shot. And Rob make contact here. Doesn't look like it. And Andy Swanger is at the table with ball in hand.
So you know that the 4-ball's pink.
A lot of it's thin, you know, it's more.
4-ball's pink, not purple. Right?
Yeah.
Getting on the 4-ball is the slightly tricky shot here, but Andy misses the 1-ball with the ball in hand. So not a very good start with the ball in hand opportunity that he got. It looks like the 8-ball should easily clear into the bottom left corner pocket, so just a soft follow on the 7 with a straight angle should take care of the 8-ball. So no other problems here besides getting on the 4 from the 2. With the only caveat being he wants to be relatively straight on the 7. So he can just roll forward a little bit for the 8-ball on the bottom left. But Rob rolls out of position here. What can he do here? Attempts the bank, misses, but leaves considerable distance to the 2-ball.
Oh dear.
It's the way the table rolls. That's just totally different than the green cloth.
Andy commenting about the roll of the table. Simonis 860 is slightly faster than the Simonis 860 HR that's currently installed on all the other tables. So table 1, where the TV table does roll a little faster, similar to a tournament table. So there might be a small adjustment required for that.
Yeah, dude, first game.
So let's see if these players have issues with the speed control on this table. 4 to the 5 requires a good positional shot, going back and forth along the long rails. But this time, Andy doesn't have the pace, but he does have a bank shot available to the side pocket on the right. And he nails that bank. Really well done. Great shot on that 5-ball, banking it in. But he's got a bad angle on the 7 to hold for the 8-ball into the bottom left corner pocket. So he'll have to go back and forth again, all the way to the left long rail and back down. But has he got the pace? No, he doesn't. He hasn't got the line either. So now, Andy Swanger has snookered himself on the 8-ball. We'll have to kick at it. Looks like this could be the end of the run. Good job making contact there. Doesn't leave Rob with an easy shot on the 8-ball.
As long as you call it.
Yeah.
Rob should be able to pop the 8-ball
No.
into the top right corner
I'm good with
pocket.
that.
No, we came to play, not to follow each other out.
Dick around.
This is the key shot. natural angle should get on the 9-ball with enough pace, but he misses the 8-ball, leaving another bank shot for Andy Swanger. And this time, Andy does not make the bank shot into the nominated pocket. And because it's 10-ball that they're playing, you have to call your shot. So Rob Morley comes to the table with very good position on the 9-ball. He'll need to stroke it well in order to get on the 10-ball, most likely to the bottom left corner pocket. And avoids the scratch. He has a shot on the 10-ball to the bottom left corner pocket, but not an easy one. Can Rob Morley make this difficult 10-ball to win the first frame of this race to 9? Really well done. Great shot. The score is now 1-0. Rob Morley takes the first frame.
Okay, you got the one.
That was a really good shot on the 10-ball. Even the position wasn't perfect. The 10-ball finally drops after a slight delay. And let's once again look at that winning shot on the 10-ball. That really nice cut by Rob Morley. Really well done. Great shot. Score. Very nice shot by Rob Morley. Even though he slightly overcut it, the 10 still dropped. The score is now 1-0 with Rob Morley drawing first blood. It looks like Bob Hendrix, who's betting on Morley for the win, is pleasantly surprised, or not. Either way, Rob with an early one-game lead here. Can he extend it? Or is Andy going to have a response to him?
The what?
You gotta start making this chalky right.
Oh, yeah, what is that?
Rob Morley to break. Looks like a dry break. The players are not using a magic rack. They're just racking with the Delta 13 aluminum rack. Andy with a clear shot on the 1-ball. Not easy position on the 2, but it doesn't matter when you miss the 1-ball.
Yeah. Didn't go where I wanted it to go.
Getting on the 2 is fairly tricky for the cut into the bottom left corner pocket. Let's see what Rob can do here. Potting the 1 is easy.
If I call save the pocket, I keep shooting, right?
He's going to try to get the cue ball behind the 10-ball for a cut on the 2-ball into the bottom left corner pocket. This is the key shot to start here. The 5 and the 8 are also frozen together, so not the most easy layout to run here. And has he got an angle for the 2-ball? It's hard to tell. I don't think he does. Looks like the 9 might be in the way, but it's hard to tell for sure. Looks like he's eyeing it. He might be going for the pot here. Being as straight as he is, getting on the 3 is not also easy, even if you can pot the 2. So it looks like the potting angle was not available, and he tried to play a safety, but this time it looks like Andy does have a shot on the 2-ball. And a sufficient angle to go into the short rail and back up for the 3-ball in the bottom right corner pocket. But Andy misses as well. These large tables are a little different, and I believe both players play on 7-foot tables more often. And that could be a reason why we're seeing a few more misses. 9-foots are a totally different game. And pretty good shot by Rob Morley there. He should be able to cut the 3-ball out. Might need to hit this with a little bit of left to get on the 4-ball to the top left corner pocket. But that 5-ball is problematic.
Hi. Sorry. Sorry, buddy.
Has he gotten a good roll here?
You drinking?
And he cannot directly see the 3-ball, but should be able to go rail first here. Into the long rail and plot the 3-ball with ease. But is he going to get snookered? He certainly is. And he calls the top right corner pocket. He's going to try to do a kick bank for the 4-ball. Does a good job making contact, but unfortunately leaves Rob Morley with a perfect breakout angle for the 5.
Contact point's different.
So Rob should be able to use a little bit of follow here and go straight into that 5-8 cluster after potting the 4, solving the one problem on the table. And well done to Rob Morley. Getting on the 6 is tricky. Ideally, he will play the 5-ball into the bottom right corner pocket, allowing the cue ball to float up to the left long rail for a shot on the 6. So, tricky shot. And very well done. Beautifully done. Great shot by Rob Morley. Very good positional shot and very good pot. Just a slight stop shot and a soft roll into the top left corner pocket with fairly natural shape on the 8, and Rob Morley could make the score 2-0. Very clean shooting by Rob Morley today. Great start. Can he keep it going and run these 3 balls out? Rob switching to a closed bridge here. Shoots it very well. Has a slight cut for the 9-ball in the bottom left corner pocket. He has a couple options here. He could roll the cue ball and sort of stun into the left long rail and play the 10-ball into the left side pocket. That seems to be the easiest shot. But he misses.
Mike would say, he chokes.
No. Sometimes you can hear him out here.
Oh, yeah. He chokes.
And he's saying what Mike would say, Mike, aka Asian Chop. Michael Lin is in Vegas right now, enjoying some UFC. And that's why he's not here with us today. And it's just me. But as Mike would say, Andy choked.
Yeah, it's definitely
After Rob choked.
Yeah.
So Rob Morley, another chance, this time with an easier shot.
Everything's thinner.
Can he run out and bring the score to 2-0? Barely drops. Another good shot required for the 10-ball. Very well done to Rob Morley. Rob Morley with some good shots on the 10-ball, and that's the ball that counts. The score is now 2-0. And Rob Morley has an early 2-game lead. It looks like the players are playing with an alternate break. So instead of the winner breaking, it will be Andy Swanger breaking in this 3rd frame. We don't see that quite often in matches here, but the players both chose and agreed to do alternate breaks today. our poll on who will win has 7 votes. The tide has changed a little bit. Andy Swanger now has 57%.
So I
of the
drive motor
votes,
coach.
and Rob
drive
Morley
what?
has
I drive
43.
motor coach.
So 4 votes in favor of Andy and 3 votes in favor of Rob Morley.
Can't afford to have a DWI.
Yeah.
Hey, we are playing for 50 bucks, aren't we?
Yeah.
Okay. I figured I
Both players are choosing to have extraneous conversations about unrelated matters.
Forgot it, then Tuesday.
Hopefully it doesn't affect our focus too much. Seems to be quite a casual game. But they are playing for the number 15 spot, so if Rob Morley wins, he will displace Andy, who will be knocked off the board, and will be the new number 15 in the top 15 players in Rochester.
Cool, doing some busts like the big bus track.
Billiard breakdown.
Yeah, it's fun. Do a lot of good trips. Meet a lot of people. Hey, Michael.
Play stupid safe here.
We were getting worried about you.
Rob Morley playing a safety here. Breaks out the 10-5, very clever, and gets a safety as well. Really good shot by Rob Morley. He solves one of the problems on the table while playing safe at the same time. Well done.
Hey, how you doing? About time to come back in here. Yeah.
And Rob Morley, is he going to be able to get on the 3? It doesn't look like he is. So he's gotten himself in a little bit of trouble here because the kick on the 3 ball is not easy from this angle. Don't really think he has an easy kick here, long rails. May not be possible to go behind the 4, but it might be with the 2 rail. Getting between the 4 and the 3 is the problem. But he manages to do that, but does not make contact with the 3 ball. So it's ball in hand for Andy Swanger. Andy missed his last ball in hand on the 1 ball in the previous frame. Can he do a little bit more damage this time with the ball in hand? Getting on the 4 is tricky. Does the 4 pass? Doesn't look like it does, so he was going to go for a breakout here, which he gets, but the 4 still doesn't pop easily into any other pockets on the table. So Andy may choose to play a safety here, unless he's going to try to cut the 4 ball into the top left corner pocket. He's just going for a safe. And a friendly bump on the 6 ball guarantees that outcome. Good safety by Andy Swanger. Can Rob Morley make contact with the 4 ball? Looks like he does. Gets the rail. Good kick.
Yeah, it's the big, yeah?
Huh?
Still overcutting here.
Yeah. I was undercutting, now I'm overcutting. I got a couple more games if we don't get it under control.
Man, I want to get by that ball.
Oh.
There you go.
Really good cut by Andy Swanger.
Dude, it's so fast. This side. It's just so fast.
Yeah.
Players having a little conversation about how fast the new cloth is. And yes, it is a little faster than Simona's 860 HR.
They play on it every day.
But good players should be able to adjust.
Man.
We'll see if these players can.
Yeah, you got a good lead.
They have no other option.
All the way up. Couldn't believe how long it's got to make the fucking ball. Right? No, I got my.
Ooh.
And he tries to cut the 5 ball into the bottom left corner pocket. Avoids a scratch, barely. And it looks like he snookered the 5 ball behind the 7. But Rob shouldn't have any problem kicking at the 5. What a kick shot. What a shot. Unfortunately, Rob Morley scratches off that. It would have been a beautiful shot if he didn't scratch. I don't know if he called that pocket, but good kick shot nonetheless, except for the scratch. Now, Andy Swanger has a good chance here. It's a 5 ball out with ball in hand and an easy layout. Can he run this out and get on the board? He's left himself a good angle to screw back a little bit for the 8 ball into the bottom right corner pocket, so far so good. And he again has a good angle to stun out, to play the 9 ball in the same pocket. Wants to leave himself a slight angle on the 9 to again stun for the 10 ball in the bottom left corner pocket. So ideally he wants to be on the left side of the table, which he does really well.
Already.
Can he hold the cue ball to play the 10 ball in the bottom left corner pocket? Even better, he plays the speed just right to play the 10 ball in the bottom right corner pocket. That's the first game for Andy Swanger.
Who's on your 3-man team?
The score is 1-2.
My summer one is
Andy
just
Swanger.
the winner
trailing
team
one
was
game
Kevin
behind
Stevens,
Rob Morley.
Brian
All the two
Stevens.
players have conversations about leagues and weather and everything else.
His
Seems
uncle.
like quite a chill atmosphere here today.
So during the summer, it's me, Kevin, and Mike Winston. Remember Mike?
Yeah.
Vaguely.
He owned that toilet bowl cleaning, plumbing business. Can't think of the name of it. Yeah, so the fall, I don't know what we're gonna do. I only have 14 teams in the summer.
Oh. Well.
Because I mean, there's at least 4 or 5 teams that just don't play in the summer.
Right.
So hopefully I'll have.
Since the players are alternate breaking, it is now Rob Morley's break
Yeah.
as he breaks into the 4th frame of this race of 9.
Hey, I got one.
Our poll has shifted back again in favor of Rob Morley. 56% of 9 votes. That is 5 votes out of 9 in favor of Rob Morley, with Andy Swanger at 44%. Will we see a new number 15 today? Ten ball is in quite an interesting spot at the foot spot of the table, close to the top rail at the top of the table. That's not a common spot for the 10 ball to end up. Nonetheless, that's what's happened. The layout looks pretty good. But Andy Swanger with another quite inexcusable miss on the 1 ball. He can't afford to keep missing shots at close range. It's not a good sign, and it will affect his confidence. And a very good safety shot played by Rob Morley in response. And he should be able to kick at this between the 7 and the 9 to make contact. What kind of cue ball will he move?
Oh, good try.
It looks like he called a 6 ball and almost made it. But he's left the 1
There
ball
you go.
to the bottom of corner pocket.
Can't reach it. You can't reach it, but
Getting about the 2 ball should be fairly easy with this angle. Just has to use a little bit top with a little left. And he should be able to sneak in right behind the 2. Which he does. Needs a fairly decent stroke to get on the 3 ball. Wonder if he's going to try playing it into the top left corner pocket. That might be the easier positional shot. He could just stun into the right long rail and float the cue ball out towards the 3 ball. Alternatively, he could go 2 rails, which is a better approach, but slightly more difficult. That would be the Ron Kasansu method, which he does when he plays for the 3 ball to the bottom left, and therefore he cuts the zone and is now faced with a back cut on the 3 ball. Very good shot on the 3 ball. Rob Morley is shooting really well,
Paul.
making really good pots.
I can hear Paul talking. Is that you on your phone?
I have my phone on.
Yeah.
I wanted to see what he gave us for percentages of winning. I like that.
Or who's rooting for who?
Well, they both.
Players are talking about the live poll. They must be watching the match.
Mike?
Can Rob Morley do some damage after Andy's miss? Going into the 8 ball might not be a bad option here to hold for the 6 ball. But Rob Morley misses. He plays the pace really well, but he hits it a little too thick.
It'll be like 75%.
So now Andy Swanger has another 6 ball out with a sitter of a 5 ball. 6 ball is also quite guaranteed.
I'm sure he's watching. He's doing one yelling out for a bet.
Just needs a good angle on the 6 to screw out a little bit for the 7 in the bottom right corner pocket. And he might just have a little bit too much of an angle here. Can he hold for the 7? That was a problem with that angle. He wasn't quite able to hold for the ideal bottom angle on the 7, so now he has a bit of a sharp cut here. Might go into the 9 ball. He avoids the 9 ball, but leaves the 7 ball hanging in the bottom right corner pocket. So a really good chance for Rob Morley. He should be able to go rail first here
A half inch still.
to get on the 8 ball. To choice of side or corner pockets, depending on the pace he plays.
See, I hate this shot.
4 ball out for Rob Morley. Can he bring the score up to 3-1?
That's why.
That was not ideal position.
Never get the rail.
Sometimes you're
He
better off
didn't
with
quite hit that rail first,
just pull it back.
which might have been an error. So now he has a bit of a longer shot on the 8 ball to the top of the corner pocket. However, if he pots this with just straight follow, he should have quite a natural angle to come down off the short rail for the 9 ball in the bottom right corner pocket.
Wow.
But he misses that by quite a margin. And what kind of 8 ball is he going to leave?
Don't go there.
And it looks like he's left Andy a cuttable 8 ball into the bottom of corner pocket. And he should be able to go up and down table to play the 9 ball in the bottom right corner pocket. Which he does just about perfectly. And you couldn't place the cue ball better with your hands. Very good. very good shot. Should be able to screw back a little bit to play the 10 ball in the bottom left corner, in the top left corner pocket to equalize the score. 2-2. And he's done just that. The score is now 2-2. Players are tied. And Andy Swanger
Broke that one, didn't you?
reduces the deficit
Yeah, I'm
to 0 games.
2-2. You're at.
Well done to Andy for running that out.
Me, you, me.
Yeah.
After a poor positional shot
Fifth game.
by Rob Morley, left a lot more distance on the 8 ball than he would have liked, and he missed it.
Cannot believe how
The
much.
poll looks somewhat even. Still, 56% of voters are in favor of Rob Morley. But Rob has lost his 2-game lead.
One down
Can
there.
Andy catch a gear?
I think that one's on too, isn't it? Yeah.
The 2 pots off the 5 ball, and Andy has a great shot on the 1 ball to start this run. And he should be able to play this with a little bit of bottom to stun. In fact, center ball, with a touch of left perhaps, to stun out for the 3 ball in the top left corner pocket. Is he going to get hooked by the 9? He certainly is, it looks like. I don't think he can see the 3 ball, but he might be able to. Looks like he's just cleared the 9 ball. Needs to screw again, but this time he misses. And doesn't get on the 4 ball.
Following through weird on those stretches.
Rob Morley back at the table. Quite a good safety by Rob Morley. Unfortunately, it looks like Andy should be able to see the potting angle to cut this 3 ball in to the... Well, it looks like he wasn't, but he scratches trying to kick it. So Andy now has ball in hand, 8 balls on the table. Oh, sorry, it's Rob who has ball in hand. Can he do some damage here? Bit of a tricky positional shot here. Let's see if Rob chooses to force follow to get a better angle on the 6. Which he does really well. Would have liked to roll a little bit more, but that's okay. Should be able to avoid the 10 easily and get a good potting angle on the 7 to the top right corner pocket. And with where the 8 ball is, it's quite easy to get from the 7 to the 8. And he goes into the 10 here, which makes things a little trickier. So now Rob has a slightly more difficult cut on the 7. Has to go 2 rails along the top left corner pocket to swing around with just the right amount of speed to pot the 8 ball in the left side pocket. He's overrolled it a little bit. The speed is a bit more than what he'd like. So now he has to play catch-up and recover. The 8 ball is still fairly easy to cut in, but can he control the cue ball? 3 rails to swing around the 9 ball and play the 9 ball in the top left corner pocket. Well, he plays that with a bit of insight, which is very clever. And he's landed just perfect for the 9 ball in the top right corner pocket with a soft screw or stun to play the 10 ball in the bottom left corner pocket. Well done. 10 ball for a 3-2 score, re-establishing a 1-game lead. Can they do it? He certainly can. Well done to Rob Morley for running out
Me, right?
6 balls
3-2.
and bringing the score to 3-2. The poll now has 10 votes, 6 in favor of Rob Morley, so it looks like Rob Morley is the crowd favorite today, at least in the chat. But not by much. So we're going to the 6th frame, and Rob Morley is breaking.
Nothing's working yet, so go to check the window.
Looks that 9 ball is tracking.
9 ball.
Yeah, 5.
And he pots a 9.
Yeah, can I grab it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Nice save.
Thank you.
Good safety there by Rob Morley. We have Nick K in the chat saying, "Hey Paul, great to see you on commentary tonight. So far looks like a close match. Both players adjusting to the table nicely." Hi Nick, it's good to see you, as always. Yeah, it's been fairly close. We had Rob start with a 2-0 lead, and Andy caught up. This time Andy did not get a rail, so Rob will be coming to the table with ball in hand. But quite a close match. Both players were commenting on the clock running a little faster than what they're used to, which is correct. They are playing on Suhas 860 versus 860 HR, which I've noticed rolls quite a bit faster. We have 11 votes with 64% in favor of Rob Morley.
Too fucking hard, dude.
I'm not sure if either player has
Horrible, but
nicknames,
still,
Andy
like,
Swanger and Rob Morley. I'm not sure if those kind of nicknames have been assigned to either of them yet, so for y'all in the chat, if you have any ideas for nicknames for Andy Swanger and Rob Morley, let us all know in the chat. Oh, what a bank by Andy. Drops. I'm guessing he called it because he stays at the table. Beautiful shot. We should definitely see that again. Unfortunately, I was not able to capture that replay in time, so we won't be able to see that again, unfortunately. But that was a really good bank by Andy, but unfortunately Andy wasn't able to continue and play to safety. Rob should be able to make contact with the 2. Can he make the 2-8 combo? It's hard to tell. I think he can. I think he's got the perfect angle to make the 2-8 combo. But of course, this overhead camera does have a little bit of distortion. misses it altogether. Wow. Doesn't look like he made contact there.
Was it that thin? I didn't see it move.
I missed it.
Yeah, he did miss it. I did not see that
just
move
trying to catch
either.
it a little bit, you know.
Unless any of you did.
I didn't want to like knock it out of there and then have him be able to.
This time, Andy should have no problem calling the 2 ball. Does the 3 pass the 5? I think it does, but by a small margin. And he hasn't left himself the best angle. Andy Swanger has left himself sort of a back shot here, as T-Tam calls it, into the top left corner pocket. He pots it no problem, and pots the 7-2, and gets perfect on the 4 ball to the left side pocket. So a lot of good things happen in that shot, fortunately for Andy. And Andy could be out here. Is he straight on the 5? Nope, he has just right angle. Should be able to stun it to the left long rail, float back out for a shot on the 6 ball, and then the 8. And he's using the bridge this time. Doesn't want to stretch across the table. And ends up on the rail, close to the rail. So it's not ideal. He ideally wants to be able to bridge with his left hand on the table, which he won't be able to do. So he'll have to bridge from the rail, which is not a problem, but not ideal. And he misses. Crucial ball. This time, Rob Morley comes to the table. He's got a thin cut available into the bottom right corner pocket, or a bank shot into the bottom left corner pocket. Both are viable shots. You can also choose to play safety if he wants. Get the 6 behind the 8 and the cue ball on the other side of the 8. Let's see which option he goes for. Rob Morley plays a very good cut shot. And does he have an angle here to get on the 10? He should be able to get on the short side of the 10 by screwing a little bit. Just a sort of a stun run through here with a little screw. Should float the cue ball straight across to play the 10 in the top left corner pocket, which he does very well. Judged beautifully. Well done. Can he pot the 10 ball for a 2-game lead? And he certainly can. Really well done to Rob Morley. His end game has been very good. He hasn't missed any 10 balls.
Boom.
He's done really well when it came to the last 2 or 3 balls, which is what really counts. Andy with a couple more misses than Rob here. So Rob's certainly playing at a slightly higher level today. Andy has been missing a lot more easy shots than Rob has. The score is now 4-2. The players, since they are alternate breaking, Andy is up to break. Today, guys, we will have something special. For the post-match interview, we're going to have a live video feed in the commentary booth. So we've set up a camera in the commentary booth, so if you stay tuned till the end, you'll be able to see the interview with the winner of this match and me. So that will be a first on this channel. We're live from Billiard Breakdown in Rochester, New York, home of the best pool tables in this part of the state. We've got several 9-foot diamond tables with freshly felted Sonotis 860 HR, as well as several 7-foot diamond tables, also with the same cloth. So if you want to play some good pool, swing by Billiard Breakdown. Also, serving really good food, drinks, and the best company you can find around.
Dude, those side pockets show me. I just can't see the side pocket with that fucking thing up there. I'm like fucking half ball off, dude.
It's sort of a rainy, gloomy day in Rochester, New York, so the perfect day to play pool. So if y'all are bored, swing by.
Yeah, right?
sweating balls in here.
I'll play the 2 in the side.
You got it.
And he calls the 2 ball on the side, so he's going to carry him the 2 off the 1. Very nicely played. Where's the 1 ball going 10 up?
Bang it.
Looks like Andy might be trying to go for the bank or just a safety here. He goes for the bank and nails it. Very nicely done. Looks like Andy's shooting a little better now, making difficult pots look easy with a really good carom and bank and a difficult cut shot. All perfectly executed, but then to miss a relatively easy 4 ball. So Andy missing a lot of easy shots, making a lot of hard ones. And I know this sounds familiar to any of y'all. So Rob Morley comes to the table.
What's up, man?
Looks like he can see both sides of the floor. So if he wants to take the pot on, the pot to the bottom right corner is available. Should be able to miss the 5 ball, go to the right long rail and back up to play the 5. Beautifully done. Really good shooting by Rob. Quite impressive. Very good potting and good speed. Should just be able to do a soft stop stun shot here. And he's got a good angle for the 6. Maybe a little too much of an angle, but he should be able to hold. Let's see if he can hold with a soft screw shot. Now, the tricky part is with the faster cloth, holding with these kind of angles is a little trickier. You need a very efficient stroke. And he goes into the 10 ball. So that's not ideal. I think it was possible to hold, but you need a very efficient and soft stroke. Sort of a pinch stroke.
What's wrong with that corner down there, dude?
Now, the corner, top left corner pocket is blocked by
Are you
the
doing
ball.
E10 or no? Really 10 or no?
You call it.
Okay.
Rob seems to be calling the early 10.
Oh, okay.
He might be trying to screw into the 10.
If you call a shot, yeah.
Not sure how he's planning to go about this, maybe off the left long rail. What a shot, but did he call it? Really nice shot. Very nice shot. Good shooting by Rob Morley. I didn't think that 7 passed the 9, but it did. And really well done on potting the 8 ball as well. And he's just about perfect. A little close to that top left corner pocket. We have Diana Smalley in the chat saying, nice to see 2 old friends in friendly competition. Hi Diana, welcome to the stream. I haven't seen you before. But yeah, I believe these 2 are old friends, and they were chatting about how they used to play in the league together many years ago. So both players are having some friendly banter while they're shooting. But unfortunately, wow, Andy chokes. But that was after Rob missed the 9 ball. So this time, Rob has another chance. This time, I don't think he's going to be missing. Needs to play this with a bit of right. And place it in about the least favorable way he can. Over there, I'm not sure why he played it more. It looked like he played it more top than right. The play would have been to play with higher right. So he can swing around now. He's banking, cross-banking it, but he doesn't have the angle. And he's going to leave the 10 ball right in front of the pocket. So Andy Swanger with a chance. So Rob Morley could have had that be 5-2, but he gave it away. Poor positional shot on the 9 ball. So Andy should be able to pot this. And the score is 3-4.
Tea time.
guys are racking, let's look at the current standings. We have Andy at 15, Jeff Terzo at 14, John Walsh at 13, Corey, me, and Jason in the 10 to 15 rankings. Also, we have a 3-person league here every Tuesday for 8-ball on the 9-foot tables. So that's every Tuesday at 7 p.m. And the winner gets 3 months of free table time and $1,500 for their team. So stay tuned on Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. Every Tuesday, one of the teams or two of the teams will be live streamed on table 1, which you are.
Mickey gave me this.
Yeah, I was about to say Mickey style.
Yep. I tried it years ago, a couple years ago, and didn't really like it. But I figured tonight, with it being hot, maybe it worked just better for me.
Dude, I brought some old gloves, so as soon as I sweat, I change. They're getting soaked. I feel that other one is soaked.
Oh, I believe it.
Looks like a dry break by Rob. 4-ball is in sort of an interesting position. But with a relatively straight shot on the 3, rolling forward to play the 4 in the top right corner pocket seems to be a good option. Besides that, there are really no issues on the table. The proximity of the 6 to 7 could prove to be slightly challenging. Again, from the 5 to the 6 can be a little tricky as a result. But overall, quite a runnable layout. Getting from 2 to 3 is the key shot. Leaving just right angle to roll forward for the 4-ball. In the top right.
I am home.
Let's see if Rob can do that. He's a little bit on the wrong side of the 2 to get on the 3. So over here, he needs a really good screw stroke or draw stroke to bring the cue ball between the 5 and the 7. It's hard to do. You'll have to cheat the pocket a little bit. Just look at that overhead again. It looks kind of straight, so let's see what he's able to do here. Screwing between the 5 and the 7, or what's happened here? That's not good for him. Rob will have to try to kick at this. It doesn't look like there's an easy kick angle. Interesting.
Side here.
I don't really see a viable kick path here. Between the 5 and the 7. And it's ball in hand. That was not an easy kick.
That's not going to hurt you. The 9 wasn't there maybe, but...
So, things have become a lot easier for Andy, because Andy can place a cue ball wherever he wants for the 3. Just roll forward after potting the 3 on the right side for the 4 in the top right corner pocket. But Andy is doing something else. He's trying to shoot the 3 ball into the corner pocket, which I'm not sure why he's doing. I have no idea why he chose to play it that way with one hand. He wants to cut it. Okay, well, it was pretty close to the point, so he wants to cut it. But he gets a good roll, and he gets a bit lucky there. Over there, that wouldn't have been the positional approach I would have chosen. I would have played into the right side pocket, the 3 ball. Rolled forward for the 4 ball in the corner pocket. Not sure why Andy played it that way, but he did miss that pin cut. A really good kick outcome.
Just in case, buddy.
Nick K in the chat asks, is Mike in Vegas for UFC 317? Should be a good one. Tupuria is undefeated so far. Yes, Mike is in Vegas for UFC 317. So, yeah, I didn't know you followed. Mike's a big fan. I don't know much about UFC, but it seems really fun. I believe he should be back on Monday.
Not that horrible. The other corner.
And he comes to the table with a clear shot on 4, cut into the top left corner pocket. Good speed there. Has just about perfect position on the 5 to just play a stop shot for the 6. Over here, the play might be to slightly roll forward and play the 7 ball in the bottom left corner pocket. But let's see what he does here. He screws back quite a ways. He's going to play the 7 in the top right corner pocket. And he misses by quite a margin. This kind of misses are
You got
not
the good speed coming back, or you don't have a good shot.
they're not gonna serve well for Andy. We've been seeing a lot fewer of those kind of misses from Rob than Andy. He's been missing a lot of intermediate and easy shots. What a shot by Rob. Well done, Rob. Really good cut by Rob Morley. Rob needs to go 2 reels, possibly 3 to get on the 9 to the bottom right corner pocket. Again, beautifully done. Can he avoid the side pocket? He can. He ends up a little straight on the 9 ball.
Wow. Be here Monday?
He's a little too straight on the 9 ball, so I'm not sure if he can generate the force a stun. I don't think he has enough angle to generate a stun. So the play here, there's 2 plays you can do. You can roll forward and try to play on the short side of the 10.
Hopefully Ryan doesn't show up.
Or you can screw back a good amount
more points too.
to generate an angle on the 10. Looks like he's gone for the first approach.
That's all I can do.
Now has a slightly difficult back shot to the bottom left corner pocket. And looks like he's missed this one. Oh, it's dropped. Well done to Rob Morley.
I thought you missed
The
that.
10 ball drops.
Speed kills.
I know. but
And the score is 5-3. Rob Morley with yet another 2-game advantage. Andy Swanger with a few more misses than Rob Morley. Rob Morley with some really good shooting at the end of the day. His potting has been really good, making a lot of pots. His potting percentage for Rob has certainly been higher than Andy's. Rob's been losing more due to positional errors. Andy's been giving Rob quite a few chances off the misses, which we do not expect him to miss.
It's outside doing yard to say.
It's a pain all fucking day, dude. Brutal.
Andy the break. Ooh, what was that break? Well, that's definitely not a compliant break or legal break, so I'm not sure what the players are going to do here. They're going to re-rack and Andy's going to concede the break over to Rob, or they're just going to play it. Not so sure. We shall see.
Okay, look at this shit. That's a good, legal break, huh?
Looks like they're just playing it from where it is, which
There you
is
go.
weird, which is not common.
Right
That
here.
should be a re-rack.
Never said about push either.
Oh, I forgot about that.
You want to push? Go ahead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's part of it.
Yeah, I know. We just never
player's choice.
thought about it.
Dude.
Usually this would be a re-rack, and the break would be the opponent's break,
I never think to push.
or a ball in hand. Because
I'll push.
looks like Rob's pushing, might be trying to open up the cluster. Nope, he's just pushing. This could be quite a scrappy frame.
A little hard. A little
It's kind
hard.
of like a one pocket frame. And I know Andy likes one pocket.
Oh! Come on, give me a bounce. Dude, now I got 2 soaking wet gloves. They're fucking
It's a good breakout on 3-ball. Just easy to
If I don't
achieve
wear them, I get sticks in
by
my
potting the 3-ball into either of the bottom corner pockets. And a slightly oblique angle. My choice for the 3-ball breakout would be to go into the 4 by shooting the 3 into the bottom left corner pocket. And that should open up the cluster quite nicely. Well, this changes things. Good safety by Morley. And he'll have to use a little bit of right spin to avoid the 6-ball. Or he's going the other way with left, which works too.
cutie.
Alright, it's going to be an interesting frame. The 4, 7, 8, and 10 clustered up in the head spot.
She passed away a few years ago, but the matter is super good. Irish. Morning.
It's a good stroke. Good draw stroke here. But even if he does so, will he be able to avoid the cluster? Looks like he's force following. Or stunning. Very good. Looked like he had a bit more of an angle on that shot. But over here, there might be a breakout angle with the natural angle along the tangent by cutting 3 into the top left corner pocket to break out. But he doesn't get the breakout, but he can see the 4-ball. But I don't think the 4 pots, nor does the 10.
You know, I'm gonna play a 10 right here.
I think he's playing the 10 bank.
Yeah, right here.
Yes, so it looks like there's a plant or a combo for the 4-10 if it clears the 8-ball, which I'm not sure it does. If that 8-ball moves, everything's off. What a shot. What a shot. Wow. Beautiful shot by Rob Morley. Great spot, wonderfully executed. Well done. The score is now 6-3 after a beautiful bank, a combo bank on the 10-ball. Let's see that again. We've got to see that again. That was quite a shot. That was probably the shot of the night. Really well done to Rob Morley. Let's look at that shot again. That beautiful 5-10 bank.
Yeah, right here.
Yes, so it looks like there's a plant or a combo for the 4-10 if it clears the 8-ball, which I'm not sure it does. If that 8-ball moves, everything's off. What a shot. What a shot. Wow. That was an incredible shot by Rob Morley. Really well spotted and very well executed. 4-10 combination bank shot to win. The score is now 6-3 with Rob Morley with a 3-game advantage. Is he hooked on the 1-ball? His body language indicates he might be. Looks like he might be. He might be able to go rail first and kick the 1-ball in off the short rail. A little bit of right. Alternatively, a slight masse would work. He goes rail first. Doesn't quite get the pot. Has he got a snooker on the 9? I don't think so. I think Andy should be able to cut the 1-ball in.
I'll try it.
He'll have to cut it with a bit of top right in order to get between the 5 and the 9 to come down to. Well, maybe he couldn't see it. But I think that was just a miss by Andy. He didn't take much time on that shot. It was not a good safety either. So those kind of shots are really the difference here. Andy is not shooting at the same level. maybe a little rushed on that shot because it looked to me like that one ball would have gone and it would have been a good opener. And now the layout's wide open. Even though Rob doesn't have the best angle on the two, and he can't really screw because he's close to the rail, he'll have to go force follow, but in doing so, he will run into the 8-ball. And that was a problem there. But either way, that miss from Andy was just a give. So it's not going to work out very well for Andy if he keeps doing that. He'll have to play tighter. Almost makes contact, but Andy comes to the table with ball in hand. He's got 7 balls on the table with a wide open layout. 8 balls is only a slightly tricky shot, but from the 7 to the 8 is pretty natural. Just needs to not get hooked by the 10, depending on where he's shooting it. So can Andy do something here and just play a little tighter, not miss intermediate level shots? Rob Morley has been shooting really well, making hard pots and not missing any easy ones. Now the 7 to the 8 is the slightly tricky shot here. He wants to get someone straight on the 7 and play a stop shot because that 10 ball makes position on the 8 ball very convenient. But this is the exact kind of thing I was talking about, missing easy shots like this 5 ball. It's not going to help Andy if he keeps doing that, so Andy needs to really focus and make those shots and not take them for granted. So Rob with a good chance here, but again, that 7 to the 8 is a tricky part of this rack. And his position's a little poor here. Potting the 7 is possible, but then he'll have a tough shot on the 8 ball, a tough cut on the 8 ball to the same pocket, so it might actually be worth it to play a safety here. In doing so, change the layout of the table, potentially get ball in hand to ensure a good pot on the 8. But let's see if he's going for the pot. He is going for the pot. He misses the pot. That's one of the first misses from Rob I've seen, but it was a tough shot. Andy plays position for a back shot for the 8 ball into the bottom of corner pocket. And really well done there. Andy Swanger has no problems with the back shots. We have Bob Hendrix in the chat saying, Paul, Rob Morley has been playing straight pool for the last couple of years. Nice. That would explain his really good potting ability. And a somewhat long pot. Not a difficult one, but intermediate level long pot for Andy. If he makes this, he can bring the score to 4-6. This is the ball that counts. And he pots it. Well done. The score is now 6-4. Rob Morley leading by 2 frames.
I thought I missed it. 6-4. Your break, buddy. Man, how you doing,
Andy
buddy?
Swanger gets a break.
Good. We're playing on the point table? Yeah, we're doing this, hey, that's me. So I'm playing again on board. Yeah, I'm waiting him to get on there. I'm guest.
I spotted him 5.
It's funny. Yeah. So most games are $10 to play. Yeah, we've got a call. There's some things a little different, but yeah.
Good break by Andy there. Looks like the 2 ball is potted.
Yes. Oh, what was that?
Thin cut on the 1 ball to start with, but 3 balls practically in the pocket going to the 5 might not be a bad idea. But Quite a miss by Andy there. And the cue ball is tracking towards the bottom right corner pocket. But it doesn't drop. So
I got the 3-ball.
Rob Morley will have to kick at this. Let's see what kind of kicking he has. The 8-ball and the 4-ball make the 1-rail kick fairly difficult. Let's see if there's a 2-rail kick or a 3-rail kick available. He might be able to aim past the left side pocket and kick into the short rail, top short rail, to do a 2-rail kick into the 1-ball. Massé is difficult here because of the space between the 3 and the rail. So that 2-rail kick seems to be the best option on the right side of the 4. Might need to play that with a bit of inside to bend it in. Avoiding the 6 is the tricky part here. So, well, really well done there. Very nice. Wow.
I didn't call it, but
Didn't call it. A really good kick by Rob there. Very well judged. That was a tricky kick with where the balls were. And Swanger with an easy opener. Can he do some damage? He's hanging on. He's still in this frame. Only a 2-game deficit. Wow. What a miss and what a roll.
I watched this hit.
Rob Morley asks Andy to watch the hit. He's going to try to kick at the 3-ball. We want to see if it contacts a 7 first. That looks just about perfect. But he gets a commendation from Andy who says, "Good job, buddy."
That was a great shot, really.
It was a good pot. Unfortunately, the lead is the worst possible. And,
Q hit after.
he got a rail, so no
The
problem.
Q hit the rail after
Yes,
the contact.
it was a good hit.
Yeah, we'll play the top.
Andy Swanger trying to play a carom on the 10-ball from the 4. Can he pull it off? Not quite.
Try it.
My eyes are shocked looking all that far in the gray. It's hard. Right?
Yeah, it is.
It's like kind of muted.
Rob complaining about his eyesight. Another easy starter for Aman. With a fairly good position on the 5. Should be able to play the 6 in the same pocket, but overrolls it by quite a bit. Fortunately, it's a natural angle to get on the 7. This cut. Just has to avoid getting snookered by the 8-ball. And again, he misses. Well, it was a tough shot. Rob Morley wastes no time getting back on the table. He might just take the longer 7-ball by just stopping the 6, the cue ball and the 6-ball. Alternatively, he could follow and get closer to the 7-ball. Seems to be what he's doing. But is now faced with a little bit of a back shot here on the 7. A touchy shot. He could screw back and play the 8-ball in the same pocket. But he slow rolls it and does a fairly good job. He's a bit on the wrong side of the 8-ball to just easily hold for the 9, so he'll have to go down to the short rail and back up. So he wants to hit kind of a little to the right of the first diamond on the short rail. But that works really well. And Rob Morley should be out if he can make this 9-ball and stop. He chooses to roll into the short rail, which is even better, reducing the distance to the 10-ball. And if he he pots a 10 ball, the score will be 7-4, which he does. Well done to Rob Morley. Really nice run. Guys, could we be seeing a new number 15 today? Rob Morley, only 2 frames away from clinching the number 15 spot in the Rochester top 15 players list. This frame is very crucial for Andy. If Andy allows Rob to take this, Rob will be on the hill, and that's not a good position for Andy at all, being 3 games down currently. This is going to be the make it or break it frame for Andy Swanger. He does not want to be on the hill. He doesn't want Rob to be on the hill at 8-4. It will be a tough mountain to climb. We have 15 votes in the chat, 67%, 10 out of 15, in favor of Rob Morley. One ball looks like it's tracking, but it doesn't drop. Another dry break from Rob Morley. One ball is not easily potable from this angle, so safety seems to be the best approach. It might be cuttable, barely, but it's a long shot. Let's see if Andy tries to cut the one ball. He does not, he just plays it safe. A decent save, not hard to kick at. The one reel kick is quite easy here, along the left long rail. And Rob is looking at the short rail. He's calling a safe, but he should most likely kick along the left long rail. What's going on here? I'm curious why Rob did that.
Huh?
That's not safe.
No, well, like, fuck.
No, I know.
You're going to get blown in. Like, he goes,
Right, so I think Rob was trying to just remove the 10 ball, remove the 110 combo, which was there, but not necessarily an easy one. I think he wouldn't have had any trouble making contact with the 1 ball from the left long rail. So he gave away a ball in hand, which he didn't need to give out there. Removing a potential 110 combination, which must have been his objective. It wasn't necessary, but he probably doesn't think Andy's going to run out from here. It is certainly runnable. There's no problems here. The 7-10 is a possibility for an early 10. But the 7 will clear into their pockets once a 5 is 5 and the 9 once a 5 is spotted.
I'm going to call it 10.
He's calling the 10.
I like it.
Which doesn't seem like the right shot to go for here. I don't know what Andy was trying to do there. That 3 was quite easy to pot with the screw stroke to get on the 4. And he gets fortunate after a bad shot.
Damn, it's a scratch ball.
So Andy's been getting very fortunate after a couple bad misses. Calling the 10 ball there was probably a poor choice of shot.
miss that? Fucking
Fortunately, he gets the ball in hand, and he has a wide open layout this time. No problems at all, really. So what can Andy do with 8 balls on the table and ball in hand? Everything's wide open. No problems as far as running this out. Just has to focus and execute. Good angle on the 5 to play naturally. Center ball hit to get on the 6. Ideally relatively straight on the 6, so it's minimal work to get on the 7. Which he does really well. Very nice. That's just about perfect. Soft screw back here to generate a slight angle on the 7 to float out for the 8 ball in the top of the corner pocket. And that's just about perfect too. A little more angle could have gotten him a little closer to the 8-ball, but this is fine. Just a stun shot, center ball hit. But that's not good. This is probably not the best position because he's on the rail. Very limited in what he can do with the cue ball. It should be able to swing around the 9 or even go into it for a shot. And he misses. So
Good leave. Triple hit.
he misses and gets a good leave.
Shit,
He hits it nicely on the 9, but doesn't caught the 8-ball.
dude, I can't just.
So Andy over there, from that 7-ball to the 8-ball, he made a position where he got frozen on the rail, which made him miss the 8-ball, which was still potable. You always want to focus on the pot first. Make the pot, and even if you have poor position, you could you still have the initiative, right? So, but yeah, it was a tough shot to shoot from the rail at that distance. What can Rob do here? Can he play good safety? Not quite, but this is pretty tough. This is quite a tough cut into the top left corner pocket. Position might be fairly natural though. The place is just dead weight. But he isn't even close. And this is going to be really good for Rob. Again, Rob's a bit on the wrong side. So getting on the 9 will require going around table with 3 rail position around the bottom left corner pocket. But he just chooses to slow roll and take the tougher cut on the 9, which is fine. Now Rob has a slightly tougher shot on the 9 and has to go 2 rails with bottom left to get on the 10 around that top left corner pocket. So that's a positional play. But he misses. And what's he leaving? Again, he leaves intermediate level shot for Andy. And he should have no problem cutting this 9-ball into the top right corner pocket. He needs to take his time though. He's going for the side. Alright. Can he control the cue ball and get a good position on the 10? It doesn't look like he can. I would have preferred going into the top right corner pocket because it would have been easier to hold for the 10. But he's calling the bank, it seems. And it looks pretty good. Well done. Good out by Andy Swanger.
I've missed a lot of those before.
In spite of not the best position, he runs out there
That's you.
after Rob misses a cut on the 9-ball. Score is 5-7. And that would be right back.
Nothing, yeah?
That was an interesting break. A couple clusters, the 7 and the 10, and the 4 are clustered near the head spot. The 1 and the 8 are frozen. No easy starter here. Let's see if Rob chooses to play push or somehow tries to make contact with the 1 without fouling. Push seems to be the route to go here. We'll see if there's a kick path to the 1. But he's going for the 1-rail kick. Not a push. Well, I guess that was a push. Looks like it was a good push because now Rob has a clear shot on the 1 ball. He should be able to cut the 2 ball in from most parts of the table. The shot to play here would be a draw stroke, ideally, unless he does a forced follow. Looks like he's going for the forced follow. But he misses the 1 ball.
Wow.
He's left it fairly safe though. And he might be able to bank the 1 ball cross bank into the 2 ball. That's a possibility. Or he could just play safety. I think he's playing 2 ball here. Overbanks it.
All right, Rob, come on,
And
dude.
leads Rob quite an easy shot on the 1 ball. With just a perfect angle to screw out a little bit for the 2 ball. To make things easier on the 3 ball, Rob wants to come down to the lower half of the table so he can stun across for the 3, which he does pretty well. Well done. Good position shot. Now he has a natural angle to roll forward into the right long rail and back to play the 3 ball in the top of the corner pocket. Key ball here is the 4 ball shot. You want to break out the 7 and 10 with that shot. How is he going to get on the 4 ball? Needs a good stroke here. Let's see if the 4 ball passes. It looks like the 4 passes into both corner pockets, so just a screw here would be good. But he goes into the 5 and is hooked. Might even be worth doing a slight masse shot here, which I think is what he's trying to do. A slight masse should allow him to even pot the 4. Doesn't get the pot, but he does break out the 7, which makes Andy's run a little easier. But there are 7 balls on the table. Can Andy run them out? Andy faced with the cut, with somewhat tricky position here. He'll have to go 2 rails around the 6 ball, between the 6 ball and the long rail on the right. And he scratches. He tried to slow roll it, probably to hold on the short side of the 6. And now Rob should have no problem getting on the 6 with ball in hand. 7 to the 8 is not too bad with how close the 8 ball is to the pocket, but the 9 could potentially get in the way. But, let's see if Rob can run this out now. 6 ball out. Rob is adjusting his pants, making sure shirt stays tucked in. And doesn't foul on the balls with the shirt. He's going to have to stretch, so he chooses to bring out, as T calls it, the handicap stick. We have Vinny Socks in the chat. Hey Vinny, good to see you. Vinny Socks says, "I'm so high, I read that as Bob Marley." I'm like, he's alive and he plays 10 ball? That's right. I saw it here first, Vinny. You have revived Bob Marley, and he's now shooting 10 ball pool. I think I've called Rob Bob accidentally a couple times. Really good safety by Andy Swanger. And Bob Marley will have to kick at it now. So hey guys in the chat, what do you think about Bob Marley as a nickname for Rob Morley? Vinny Socks likes the nickname. Good job making contact with the 6 there and not conceding ball in hand. Good shot by Bob Morley, but is it enough? Can Andy play another good save here? Doesn't quite get the save. Bob Morley can play sort of a two-way shot here. He's banking it. Even if he misses the bank with the 8 and the 9 where they are, it's likely to get a good save. And it looks like the 6 might pot past the 8, so that's not a good save. We have Vinny Socks in the chat saying any way to turn down the room noise. Can barely hear commentary. Yeah, I can turn it down a little bit. And let's see. Turned up the commentary a little bit. Let me know if that's better or good enough. Andy Swanger with a tough cut on the 7, but fairly open layout. He overcuts it, and is he going to get safe? He's going to get a perfect save. Wow. What a roll. I don't know if he played that safety. I don't think he did. I think he was going for the 7. But Andy has been actually fairly fortunate with a lot of his misses. I don't think he played that safety. This is a tough kick for Bob Morley. But oh my, look at that. That's close. He's going to get it on the way back, but no. Well, it's ball in hand. Good try. Good try. 4 ball out for Andy Swanger, and a great chance to make the score 6-7. Reducing the deficit to just 1 game. Can he do it? He should be able to. Now, Andy doesn't want to get too straight on the 9 ball. Pool is one of those games where you never want to be too straight. And he's not too straight, and that's good. He's faced with a slight back shot on the 9, which is perfect, because it gives him a natural angle to use the right long rail to get perfect on the 10 for the bottom left corner pocket. So he plays with a touch of right. He didn't have the right, so he ends up here. And now Andy Swanger has a tough shot on the 10 ball. Can he pot it to bring the score 6-7? Or better yet, can he play a good two-way shot where he leaves the cue ball awkward in case he misses? Or is he going to let Bob Morley steal this away from him? It's not there, and it hangs over the pocket. Bob Morley with a great chance to get on the hill first with the 3-game advantage. Just has to pot the 10. Bob Morley has been shooting pretty well, but this is the shot that counts to get on the hill first. And that he does. Bob Morley, aka Rob Morley, is on the hill with a 3-game advantage. He's going to go get a beer. He offers Andy a beer. And we are now on the hill. Our poll has 16 votes, 62% in favor of Bob Morley, 38% in favor of Andy Swanger. We don't have a nickname for Andy Swanger yet, so if you guys have any suggestions, let us know in the chat. Vinny Sock says he's thinking he's going to get a red stripe. True Jamaican style. I've never had a red stripe. Is that a beer, Vinny Socks? Is it a Jamaican beer? Well, we'll see what Bob Morley's drinking. We have Owen Evans saying, "Let's go, Rob. Good shooting, bud." A couple supporters of Bob Morley here. And Vinny Socks agrees. It is a beer. All right. Is it good? Is it a good beer? So we're trying. Bob Morley is on the hill. And can he finish this out? Or is he going to let Andy Swanger catch up? Score is 8-5. It's a race to 9 for the number 15 spot in the top 15 players in Rochester, New York. Could this be the last frame? Bob Morley has been shooting very well. I've been impressed at his potting, and his position has been pretty good for the most part.
Hasn't helped yet. Watching him all day.
Owen Evans says, red stripe, it's beer. Hooray, beer. I've never heard of this particular beer before. How many points out of 10 would you give it as a rating? Red stripe. What's the rating? What's Vinny Sox and Owen Evans' rating for red stripe? Owen Evans says, ick yick. I think what he meant to say is, if you know, you know. But he's typed ick yick. Owen Evans speaking a different language for entertainment.
Oh, you're a dick.
Some choice words from Bob Morley there. I don't. That was a good two-way shot by Andy Swanger. If he had made it, he would have been on the 2, and if he missed it, well, this is exactly what happens.
Nice 50-50.
Vinny Sox gives Red Stripe, the beer, a 6 out of 10. He says that he's sure that they have it here at Billy Breakdown, and it's very popular. All right, 6 out of 10. That's not enticing enough. What about you, Owen? What kind of rating would you give Red Stripe? Bob Morley concedes a ball in hand to Andy Swanger. I don't see any red stripes on him or around him. You know, if Vinny Sox had rated it like over 7, I probably would have gotten one. But since he's only giving it a 6, I'm not sure I can be bothered. Really good speed control there on that draw stroke. A little on the wrong side of the 2. Owen Evans also agrees and gives Red Stripe a 6 out of 10. He says a 6 out of 10 is about right. Very drinkable lager. All right, drinkable lager. Still not very enticing. 6 out of 10. Bob Morley, with a cut on the 2 ball, does the 8 ball block the 3 ball? Well, it looks like he's going to be on the short side. So, not quite sure what kind of pot he has. He has a bank available, but he might just play safety and tuck the cue ball behind the 9 ball or the 7, 6, and 10. All of those are blockers, so he could aim to get the cue ball in that area of the table and send the 1 ball. Send the 3 ball close to where that 5 is. That might be the shot to go for here. He sends the 3 ball to that part of the table instead. Has he gotten a safety? It looks like Andy Swanger should be able to see the ball. He might be even able to play the 9 ball, but I don't think so. This time, the 3-9 combo is on. Not the easiest combo. It's a thin cut on the 9 ball from where the 3 ball is. So I'm not sure if he's going to play the 3-9 combo or just try to play it safe. For those of you tuning into the chat today, we have something special. The post-match interview at the end of this match will be streamed on a camera as well. We have a camera in the commentary booth. So whoever wins is going to be on TV or on YouTube. We'll have a view of the winner and the commentary interview. So stay tuned for that if you'd like to see the post-match interview in video form
Over there.
from this tiny little commentary booth at Billiard Breakdown. Andy Swanger swangs the 3 ball around the pocket.
62.
I was like 3 or 4, but not 5 years ago.
Why, you 67?
50.
All right, are the players talking about their age? The numbers 57 and 62 are heard.
Soon everybody in this pool hall is going to be dead.
8 ball. Playing 3-8.
And Bob Morley laughs out 8 ball. Bob Morley seems to laugh quite a lot, which is very fitting for his nickname.
Like, yeah, we're all going to be dead pretty soon.
Really good shot on that 8 ball. Good combination shot.
In the league, I look around and like everybody's in their late 60s or late 70s.
There's some old guys still around, though.
Yeah, no.
Andy Swanger talking about how everyone here is in their late 60s or late 70s.
But not like back in the day. When I was younger, there was a lot of old heads.
Yeah.
And they mentioned the words 57 and 62. Guys, who would you guess to be 57 and 62 here? Bob Marley or Andy Swanger? Bob Marley throws up his hands in slight frustration. But he still seems pretty good-natured about it. Bob Marley does seem like a happy guy. He doesn't seem to get too flustered or bothered. He's going to cut the 4-ball and misses.
Oh, I lucked out there. Maybe.
And doesn't get the safety, and in fact leaves Andy Swanger quite an easy positional play by just rolling forward for the 5. Or even playing a stop shot. But Andy Swanger misses. And again, misses in a way that leaves pretty inconvenient for Bob Marley. These are the kind of shots you just can't afford to miss. And Andy's been getting away with a lot of misses like this. Just having it roll into an unpottable outcome. But this time, Bob Marley plays his safety right back at him. I don't think the bank to the left side pocket is on. The double kiss blocks that bank angle. Let's double check.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think the bank is on. The cut is possible, but it's a tough cut. And Andy tries to cut, or something of that sort, and misses, and leaves Bob Marley a shot. Now, this is one of those shots where you need a really good stroke. It's one of my favorite shots, personally, actually. He plays with a good amount of bottom left, and bring that cue ball straight along the diagonal. Very difficult to execute, especially with the tin ball being so close to the cue ball. But the good play here is to play this with bottom left, and a really good draw stroke, which is what Bob Marley tried, but he didn't get enough left or bottom. And now he's hampered over the 10 ball. Those kind of shots are always fun to watch and play, but require quite a good stroke. Bob Marley tucks in his shirt again to avoid fouling on balls close to his midriff area. He's going for this thin cut on the 5. Misses the cut altogether and almost pots a 5 in the bottom left corner pocket.
Good. It's like, what do you
So
call
now the 6 ball is a little tricky. Now, Andy could play a really good positional shot here and play the cue ball underneath the 7 or between the 6 and the 7 to play the 6 ball in the same pocket as the 5. Difficult to do. If he wanted to do that, he would have to play this with bottom left. And it's hard to control. And that's what he's done, but he hasn't been able to hold. Nick K in the chat says, video post-match interviews where they break it down. All right. What do they break down, Nick? And he tried to play a 3-ball combo, it looked like. And it looks like he's left Bob Marley a thin cut into the bottom left corner pocket, but doing that thin cut, there's no guarantee of position on the 7. So I think the better play here is the safety, or even a bank if he's comfortable. But it looks like he's going for the cut. If he's going for the cut, he has to play this with top right. And that's not a bad outcome. That's really good. And he should be able to kick at this from the right long rail and possibly pot it. And if he does so, he might have a long pot available to cut the 7 ball into the top right corner pocket. And that's what he's going for. Quite a risky shot. If he misses, well, it looks like Bob Marley, aka Rob Morley, might be able to cut the 6 ball in. And if he does, he's going to be pretty natural on the 7 ball. Just has to play this top, maybe a touch of top right. Just top will do, actually. Beautiful shot. Is he going to go into the 7? Nope. So, Bob Marley attempting the same shot Andy just attempted before, a kick to pot the 7 ball in. And that looks close, but no cigar.
Have a do-over when it's
And,
nicer out, not at hot.
Yeah, those were risky, those kicks. And he got a little lucky with that kick, but Bob Marley did not.
And that was like a 95-degree day.
And can Andy Swanger run this 3-ball out? I'm not a fan of the way Andy played position on that shot. There were definitely a lot more options to get the cue ball closer. This is not ideal at all. But oh well, he just needs a good pot with top to play the 10 on the right side, which he does. And it's just about perfect. Well done. The score is now 6-8. Andy Swanger hanging in there. 2 games away from equalizing the score, while Rob Morley, aka Bob Marley, is on the hill. Just needing to win one game, one frame, to be the new number 15 in Rochester.
I feel like I had like 2 games where I was shooting pretty good, and that was it.
Good fight by both players. Taking those kicks on was always risky. Playing a safety in hindsight might have been the better option. Not the easiest save to play, but you could at least leave the cue ball on the rail. And, the object ball on the rail, and attempt to get the cue ball with a parallel, also on the rail type shot, where you force your opponent to bank. Andy Swanger is fairly good at banks, but not at breaks from this break and a few others. And he broke pretty well in the first half of the match, but his last couple of breaks have been questionable. But Bob Marley will be coming to the table. Not easy to get on the 2, needs a good draw stroke to bring the cue ball down. Looks like the players are taking a short break or something of that sort.
Holy fuck!
And he's forced to shoot this hampered over the 10 ball, and it looks like he's putting a follow stroke on it. Maybe just a soft hit. And play the 2 at distance, which is what he's elected to do. We've got some Lincoln Park playing in the background. So Bob Marley undercut the 2 ball, but not a bad lead. Even if Andy banks this in, cross banks it in, he's not going to have a shot on the 3, so safety is the option. Almost pots it through. But Bob Marley should be able to see the 2 ball. Call safe. The objective is to get the cue ball close to that 4 and the 6. Lock up by the 4 and 6 with a little bit of... Gets close, but not quite there, and leaves the 2 ball over the pocket. But now the 4 ball is quite difficult to get to. It's got an extremely narrow zone between the 6 ball and the left long rail. Wonder if Andy's going to try to do a breakout here instead of trying to get in that narrow zone. Again, nothing's guaranteed. In fact, a breakout is pretty risky too. And doesn't look like he's got it. Can he see the edge of the 4 ball? I don't think so. It might be possible, but it's very tight, very narrow margin. We'll have to watch this one carefully.
It's off the rail, Rob.
Yeah.
It's off the rail.
Had a feeling, buddy.
That's definitely a foul. And Bob Marley will be taking the ball in hand. Is he going to go for a 4-10 combo?
Come on, are you serious?
Andy Swanger entices him to play the 4-10 combo, but Bob Marley is a man of character and will not be easily swayed. The 7 is tricky with where the 10 is, but Let's see if that 6-10 is available combo. It's doable, it's possible, but it's not an easy combination job. The 6-10. Bob Marley had a really good early 10 combo bank in the previous frame. But he misses here. But that should be okay because 7 ball is tricky. Let's see if, what Andy can do here. Andy misses that too. Giving it back to Bob Marley, who says, "Come on." Really good bank by Bob Marley there.
Go with that 10.
Well done. And
Side.
Bob Marley is calling that 10 in the side, but at this angle it's a very difficult combination. I don't think it's potable. It's a very thin cut on the 6 ball, so I'd be impressed if he can pull this off. Oh, he played the carom. Very close. Well, very creative. So now Andy Swanger, that almost went in. Good try. I didn't see him playing the carom. Andy Swanger with the back shot, and Andy Swanger has been making all the back shots here. We have Vinny Socks in the chat who says, "You think Bob Marley would be a little better at potting?" You know, that's right. His potting has been pretty good so far, but he did miss some. Can Bob Marley pot this? He certainly can, with perfect position on the 7. Well, I wouldn't call it perfect. It's a little straight, but I think he has enough angle to... I'm not sure if he has enough angle. This is a tricky one. It looks very straight. And these pockets have deep shelves, so they do reject if you try to force it. So now, Bob Marley calls a 10 ball, and he's going to try to cross bank the 8 ball to the 10. This could be a really good shot. And oof, what a miss! Close, but now Andy has a very easy carom to play the 10. So Andy should be able to pot this 10 no problem now. Which he does. The score is now 7-8. Well done to Andy Swanger.
I thought that was dead when you hit that. Yours.
Well, that's quite an interesting turn of events. The score is 7-8. Andy Swanger catching up. Bob Marley on the hill.
I don't know how that did not go well.
Holy shit.
Bob Marley is going to be breaking. Is he going to let Andy Swanger make this a hill-hill match? Bob Marley had quite a lead. Andy's slowly making it disappear.
Yeah, or you could just
Try and run it out.
try to shoot the 7 in the or the 8 and a quarter and come across with the cue ball to hit it in. No, I'm saying instead of drawing the 7 back, you will let the
Andy seems to have some advice for Bob Marley.
pick the 8 or that 10 in.
Yeah, there wasn't much Bob could have done with the angle he had on that 7. It was too straight, and if you try to force it too much, you risk rattling. So, I mean, he did play it fairly well with what he had there.
Wow.
It was just unfortunate he missed that cross-bank combo.
It made one in the pocket. Amazing.
Lauren, man, you're fancy. Don't shoot like that.
Vinny Sock says, my wife Emma just said Bob Marley would be better at 11 ball because it's a red stripe. She's right. What's the deal with red stripe and Bob Marley? Is that his favorite drink, or is it just because it's from Jamaica? Interesting. Well, they definitely aren't playing 11 ball, but 11 ball is not on the list of allowed challenge matches. I wonder how you would rack 11 ball. Andy Swanger with a miss.
I had half a ball to aim at. Got it.
Really nice bank attempt there.
You had that one, Rob.
It was pretty close. Andy thought so too, but Andy now has an option to cross bank it, which he's going to do. Into the bottom left corner pocket. Quite a one pocket shot. Overcuts it. And Vinny Sock says, red stripe is a Jamaican beer. Jake Jackson, who's been hiding in the chat, pops his head out and says, when are you going to get on the list, Vinny? And Vinny Sock says, red stripe is a national drink in Jamaica. Good to know. I don't know if Bob Marley was trying to play the 10 ball there.
Not over there. Paul's probably bored shitless over there.
I blame it on the tables and the balls.
Andy Swanger blames his misses on the table and the balls. That's funny. The table and the balls both play beautifully. They're freshly felted with the best possible materials. And very professionally felted too. I think the tables have been done beautifully by Bradshaw Billiards. Shout out to Jeff Bradshaw.
Well, I kept thinking about missing and leave the fire right by the ton, so I better not do that. But this is the most 10-ball games I've played in my life today.
Vinny Sox replies to Jake the Snake Jackson, our 16-year-old up-and-coming player, junior pro. And he says, I'll just keep beating the top players on the list as an unranked assassin. Well, Vinny Sox, what happened the last time? Is that what happened last time? Bonnie Clyde. Is this Bonnie Clyde or Bonnie and Clyde? Says, come on, Rob. So we have supporters of Bob Marley here. The poll with 19 votes is 63% in favor of Bob Marley, but Andy Swanger making back shots like that has something to say about that. 7-8, can Andy Swanger swang the score to 8-8 and make it a hill game? Well, doesn't have much of a shot here. I don't think the bank goes. Maybe it does. Does it clear the 9? I don't think so. And it does not. But he gets a good roll. Again, Andy getting pretty fortunate with this misses. This has been the theme for the night. And Bob Marley rolls a 7-ball safe.
Well, I finally got a little love there. Yeah. Got some Andy love. Got some Andy love there.
Bob Marley talks about he got some Andy love there. And what's happening now? That looks like a saw. This is a chance for Bob Marley to run out, to win this, and the 15th spot. Can he do it? 4 balls on with very favorable position. This positional shot is key. plays a little away from the 8-ball, but he's okay. He can play this relatively center ball here. Just dead weight to play the 9 in the bottom left corner pocket. Touch of screw is not a bad idea too. Beautifully done. He's got a bit of an angle, so he'll have to screw across to play the 10 ball in the same pocket. It's a soft screw stroke, but with a decent amount of follow through to float the cue ball parallel to the bottom rail to play the 10 ball in the bottom left corner pocket, which he does perfectly. And guys, do we have a new top 15 in Rochester by the name of Bob Morley? We'll find out. We certainly do. Congratulations to Bob Morley, aka Rob Morley, for winning 9-7 and taking the new number 15 spot in Rochester, New York. Stay tuned, guys. I'm going to get Rob Morley in here for a post-match interview, which will be on video. So we'll see you shortly. Stay tuned.
Yeah. Were you bored in there? This was bad.
Really? My gloves are soaking wet.
New felt.
It's so hot here. It just squirted and I felt like...
One new felt. It's a lot faster. And then those balls, they
Plus,
don't,
this little geezers can't handle the heat.
they don't stick together when you hit them.
They're not supposed to stick to it.
I know, but all the
No, it's good.
balls, they stick a little
It's
bit.
good,
These don't
but it was
stick a little
like-
bit, so they kind of... Huh?
I'm making this shit. Yeah, yo, love you, brother.
Come in for a post match?
Sure, hell yeah, why not?
Don't talk shit about
I'm
me.
not talking shit about you, man. I love you.
Huh?
That was crazy. Yeah.
Wow. On camera too.
Oh,
So,
wow.
you want to have a seat?
Sure. All right.
Let's see.
Let me fix my hair. Wow.
All right, there we are. Hey guys, I
Nice.
hope you can see the stream. This is Bob Morley. That's the nickname we've given you.
I get that once in a while.
Awesome. How do you feel? Congratulations on taking the new number 15 spot.
I feel fortunate because I feel like I was only really happy with about quarter, maybe a third of my game. Like I had some good stuff, but
Yeah.
it was kind of hot. I'm buddies with Andy, so we were kind of chatting it up, you know.
And you were drinking some Modelo, not Red Stripe, huh?
Yeah. But, yeah, you know, there's a couple times here. There was a few games, like, in the mid where I got ahead of them, and I was like, okay, I'm doing all right.
Okay.
But it's, you know, my first time playing on that felt, which is, I love it, but you got to get used to it.
It's a little faster, right?
It is. It kind of, like, squirts a little weird, you know.
Right.
There's definitely, and other than that, like, dude, it was great.
Yeah.
So I don't think I played awesome, but
Right.
I feel like I was nervy also being like, oh, I got to win because otherwise I'm
TV?
back in line, right?
Oh, right.
So my
It's
nerves
a
are like
long-
going like, ugh.
Yeah, it's definitely a long way to get on the list.
Right, yeah, I
Definitely
signed
use
up
your
for
chance.
a couple months ago, you know, and it creeped up, but so that was definitely playing.
You had a really good early 10 ball. You had a combination bank on the 10 ball.
Yeah. It's kind of lined up. I had to put a little inside to squirt it to the pocket,
Right.
but
That was a beautiful shot.
yeah, thanks.
You also had some good potting. Your overall potting was pretty good today on 9 foot.
Yeah,
I think Andy didn't have as strong potting as you. You missed a lot of easier and
Yeah,
engineered
you know,
shots.
I'm a kind of a bar box guy, you know, and like, but only recently, you know, last couple of years I started playing like a straight pool, big table league,
Okay.
and then I'm doing the 3-man here, and
yeah,
I'm really
that's gonna
enjoying
help you
that.
too,
And
right?
so, but it's kind of more of just repetition of playing big
Getting
table.
used to the 9 foot is a completely different game from
totally
baby
is. It
tables.
really is. People, I don't think a lot of people realize.
Right. It's a
Totally different
game.
stroke, and you know, it's a definitely you got to have some finesse
Right,
on the big
for sure.
tables
And
which-
accuracy.
Exactly. So I felt like it was you're right. I felt like there's some times, there were a few games where I was like, I'm feeling good, but at the same time, my nerves are going crazy.
That's all right. You made it through, and the final score was 9-7. You had quite a few fans in the chat.
Oh, right
We
on.
had, let's see, let's look at the chat from this. We had Bob Hendrix who had you for the win.
Right on.
Bet on you.
I thought he was going to jinx me because sometimes when I'm following it, he picks somebody and they lose. I was like, oh no.
Then you had
Love you, Bob. Thanks.
You had Nick Kubrich. I forgot how to say his name. Sorry, not Nick. We had Diana Smalley saying, nice to see two old friends in friendly competition.
Yeah.
Then Owen Evans was supporting you as well.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, but me and
you had
Eddie
Bonnie
used to play on a
Clyde.
team for 15 years ago.
really?
Yeah, it was a while ago. We used to play BCA together. I learned a lot from him.
On the bar boxes.
Bar boxes, yep. We used to play on a team with him and Lynn Weschler and Pete Mantrow, and it was like,
Yeah.
I learned a lot from those guys. It was kind of like, that's kind of where I started.
You also had Bonnie Clyde say, "Come on, Rob," and then congrats from Bob Hendrix and Christine Strong.
Right on.
So
Cool.
really well done.
Thanks, guys.
Do you have anyone you want to challenge up? I'm sure you'll have to field a lot of defense and.
I feel like I guess like it would be Jeff or John, right? I can go like two up.
Let's look at the list. So we have. I guess I have to turn off the video. We have Jeff and John. That's right.
Yeah, we flip a coin. I mean, they're both great shots, you know. So I challenge either of them.
Right.
If they're down. You know, Jeff's like, he's been playing real good lately. He's kind of like he's kind of one of those guys when he's in a groove. He's really like fun to watch and tough.
Right.
And like John Walsh is so methodical and like just precision, right? Like he's like a surgeon out there.
That's right.
So it's two completely kind of different guys, like Like John's like I said, like he's surging, whereas Jeff is kind of a field player. I feel like I'm a little more like Jeff, I think, but Jeff's so good when he's been putting the work in lately too. It's nice to see him back.
Awesome.
So I'll flip on that because they're both tough.
Well, congrats again. How do you like your nickname, Bob Marley? Has anyone ever called you
Yeah,
that?
that's cool. I'm fine with it. I knew you guys were gonna give me one, so.
We haven't found one for Andy Swanger yet. Do you have any suggestions?
No, I
guys are friends, right?
I don't. But you guys get, I don't know. I don't know one for Andy. He's so chill and he's a great guy, dude. He's just such a nice guy and like chill, and he's not much of a ball buster, right?
Right.
So it's hard to give him a nickname. It's like a lot of us kind of talk a little smack to each other, so you kind of come up with something quick. But so thanks for having me, guys.
Of course.
Really appreciate it. Thanks,
great
Mike.
shooting and well done, and looking forward to seeing more matches from you.
Yeah. I feel like I kind of got over the nerves after getting that. It was like, because it was hard, you know. You're in there, and it's like you're thinking in the back of your head, it's like, hey, you're thinking like, if you like, what do you say?
I don't know. What do you say?
I don't know. But like, you know, when you're playing to get on the board, the nerves are definitely kind of you're a little tight.
Right.
I felt like
you need to be relaxed and focused at the same time.
So it's like, man, it's my one shot to get on there, and otherwise I got to wait like another couple months. And
that's right.
So,
and so good luck.
Now I can relax a little
You're now in that
bit,
spot where everyone's going to challenge you too. So
that's cool. I'm good with that.
Yeah,
totally
I'm sure you'll do well. So
right on, Paul. Thanks, man.
Of course,
Appreciate
Bob.
it.
And thanks everybody for tuning in. We're going to end the stream with that. Congrats to Rob Morley, aka Bob Marley, who's now number 15 on the Rochester Top 15 Players list. Have a great night, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in.